Hey, what's up? For years, I've explored the fascinating history of ancient North America. But today, we're starting a brand new series, touring the incredible UNESCO World Heritage Sites right here in Ohio. And there's no better place to start. Truly a special place, one that embodies the ingenuity and spiritual depth of ancient North America.
Welcome to the Mound City Group, the only fully restored Hopewell Earthwork complex and the nation's 25th UNESCO World Heritage Site.
We're in Chillicothe, right along the Scioto River. That name, Chillicothe, that's a Shawnee word for principal town. This present-day Ohio City was once a center for the Hopewell culture.
Now, when most people think of ancient civilizations, their minds often jump to Egypt, or the Romans, or perhaps the Maya. But right here in North America, thousands of years ago, incredibly sophisticated societies flourished, building monumental earthworks that rival anything found elsewhere in the world. And Mound City Group is one of the most remarkable examples of their vision. What you're seeing around me isn't natural. This entire complex, a near-perfect square enclosure, spans 13 acres. And inside it, you'll find 24 meticulously constructed mounds. Imagine the effort, the planning, the sheer scale of cooperation it took to move millions of basket loads of earth, shaping it into these precise geometric forms. This wasn't just a random collection of dirt piles. This was a deliberate, monumental act of creation. These mounds, and the earthworks enclosing them, were built by a group of indigenous people archaeologists called the Hopewell culture. Now, Hopewell isn't what they called themselves, of course. It's a term we use because of an early landowner. But what we do know about these people who thrived here between roughly 100 BC and 400 AD is astonishing. They were master artisans, incredibly connected to their environment and deeply spiritual.
Although the Hopewell lived in scattered villages, they often gathered at significant earthworks, like this one.
The small museum here at Mound City offers a crucial glimpse into their lives. The mounds themselves weren't just decorative. They served as sacred burial sites, housing the remains of important individuals. And with them, they buried an incredible array of exotic and exquisite artifacts. We're talking about things like intricately carved effigy pipes depicting animals and human figures, cutouts made from mica that shimmer like precious metal, large sheets of hammered copper, and obsidian blades, volcanic glass, sourced all the way from the Rocky Mountains. Think about that for a second. Obsidian from Yellowstone, shells from the Gulf Coast, copper from the Great Lakes. These weren't isolated communities. The Hopewell people were part of a vast, interconnected network of trade and exchange that spanned across ancient North America. They weren't just exchanging goods. They were sharing ideas, technologies, and spiritual beliefs. This wasn't some primitive society. This was a complex, sophisticated civilization with far-reaching influence. The location of Mound City Group wasn't accidental either. It's situated on a fertile terrace above the Scioto River, a vital artery for travel and trade. The dense forests around them provided resources, and the river sustained their communities. They lived in harmony with the land, understanding its rhythms, and drawing sustenance and inspiration from its bounty. It's impossible to stand here, within these ancient earthworks, and not feel a sense of profound respect for the people who built them. Their understanding of geometry, their astronomical knowledge. Some believe the alignments of these earthworks connect to celestial events, and their dedication to honoring their dead speak volumes about their culture. These mounds are not just piles of dirt. They are enduring testaments to human ingenuity, spirituality, and connection to the land. For too long, the history of indigenous peoples in North America has been either overlooked or relegated to the fringes of our understanding of world history. But sites like Mound City Group challenge that narrative. They force us to acknowledge the incredible achievements of the original inhabitants of this continent. And crucially, they remind us that the descendants of these incredible people are still here today, still carrying on their rich cultural traditions. As we embark on this UNESCO World Heritage Site series, my goal isn't just to show you cool places. It's to help us all connect with the deep, often untold stories of human history right here in our own backyard. To recognize the brilliance, the resilience, and the enduring legacy of the people who shaped this land long before us.
It looks like Mother Nature has decided to join our tour with a sudden downpour. This is pretty common here in Ohio, especially this time of year. Actually, reminds me of a great hike I just had the other day with my friend Josh, who lives nearby. We were exploring his property in the rain, and it was pretty awesome. So thanks, Josh, for the hospitality. You know, when we talk about ancient cultures, it's easy to forget just how connected they were to the elements. Their lives were entirely governed by the weather, the seasons, the flow of the river. They understood the nuances of the landscape in a way we don't often in our modern world. Even a sudden rain shower like this would have a significant impact, impacting their daily activities, their rituals, their connection to the spirits of the land. And speaking of connection to the land, this Scioto River is not just a beautiful natural feature. For the Hopewell people, this river was absolutely vital. It was a highway, a source of food, a provider of materials. Imagine canoes laden with goods traveling these very waters. Obsidian from the west, copper from the north, shells from the south, all flowing into this central hub. This river was their lifeline, linking communities and fostering the incredible trade network we talked about earlier. Experiencing the raw power of nature like this, right among these ancient earthworks, truly drives home how resilient and adaptable the Hopewell people must have been. They didn't just survive here, they thrived. They harnessed their environment, building monumental structures that have withstood centuries of weather, of floods, of changing landscapes. Standing here again in the heart of Mound City, after that unexpected detour into the forest and down to the river, really brings it full circle. This isn't just a site of historical importance. It's a living landscape. And the people who built this understand that profound connection between humanity and the natural world. Their legacy isn't just in these mounds. It's in the way they lived, the way they respected, and the way they were in harmony with this incredible place. It's a powerful reminder of how much we can learn from their story.
Mound City Group is just the beginning of our exploration into the incredible Hopewell culture. This series will take us across Ohio to visit more of their monumental achievements, from the Hopetoun Earthworks and Sipe Earthworks to the massive complexes near Newark like the Great Circle and the Octagon Earthworks. We'll even journey to the impressive Fort Ancient and finally to the enigmatic Serpent Mound. Each of these sites tells a unique part of the Hopewell story, revealing more about their spiritual beliefs, their astronomical knowledge, and their profound connection to the land. So, if you're as fascinated by uncovering these hidden chapters of history as I am, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. As Brad Lepper mentioned, Chillicothe seems to have been a key gathering place for these people, a principal town where different groups would periodically come together. These earthwork centers were vital hubs, and we're just scratching the surface of their importance.
My name is Shane Ramsey, and I appreciate your watching. See you in the next one.